And a good day, all of you. Jean Henderson Pierre, the Beverage Ramble, back again with you. Another Beverage Ramble edition today from Rogue Brewery in Newport, Oregon. The Newport Daze Hazy Pale Ale. It's a 86 score on Beer Advocate. It's a 3.7 out of 5 on Untappd. So I picked this up at another service station I was going through, and I said, okay, I don't think I've had this. I've had some other beers from Rogue, but even one recently I did, which the name escapes me. But I said, let me go ahead and get this and try it out. Pale ale style, 5.5% ABV. So here it is. Pale ale versus IPAs. I really can't say there's really a very slight difference, except there's more hops in using an Indian Pale Ale. Depends the type of hops that they use versus a Pale Ale where they use some hops, but usually there's more hops in an IPA than there is in a Pale Ale. So I guess that's the best explanation I can give of this. But this looks very hazy, as you can see. A lot of head up top right here. So Rogue beers get a very good distribution, particularly here in the southeast, and I think pretty much everywhere across the country. So I was, and like I said, when I lived in Mobile, I was able to get a couple of Rogue beers a lot. I think the Dead Guy Ale, I believe that was one of their signature beers, but again, I got a few little things here and there. Most of that were sent in from other places. But since I moved up here, Rogue is pretty much very well distributed. Well distributed and throughout this part of the state, the Atlanta area. So there's a peach scent. Sort of very peach and some little oranges, maybe satsumas, maybe tangerines in this. I love the can design. It's really nice. Guys sitting at the beach just chilling, hanging out. It's pretty cool. The morning after a long night, we like to this hazy pale ale, perfect day, sipper, watering, tangerine, peach. Yeah, I was right. Those flavors are there. Tropical, fruity, definitely piney and bitter. So let's see what we got. Cheers, everybody. 5.5%. I don't know what you consider this. Yeah, this would be a sipper. I would agree. Tangerine, a little pineapple, a little grapefruit flavor I'm getting. That's not too bad. A little strong, 5.5%. My arm is a mess. This is pretty good. I mean, it's nice, it's clean, it's decent. I'm not getting that piney note, and there's a slight bitter, but not overly bitter for this pale ale. All those flavors I mentioned that they described in the can that I read, because I thought of it first, and I thought, let me try see if it's about true or correct what's in this, and spot on it was. So, tangerine flavor, nice piney note. Not too bad. Yeah, pretty decent. That's my neighbor. my neighbor upstairs in my apartment. As I mentioned, I've done quite a few beers from Rogue. I did their a few other Rogue beers I did. Did the natural brutal IPA that was almost like a couple of years ago. Recently did the Dreamland American Lager. I had a nice can. All there, but what was really fascinating is their can designs on some of their beer cans are just really neat, far out, and really kind of very creative. Um, but again, very good distribution of their beers, readily available in most places. Yeah, this would be considered a sipper. This would be considered a sip slowly, enjoy casually with some friends. You know, nice, mild. It doesn't feel heavy, which is a good thing um, for a pale ale. Now, is it better than the ones I've had? Obviously, Sierra Nevada Pale Ale comes to mind. There are a few others locally. There was the 51 Pale Ale from Fairhope Brewing Company down in Fairhope, down in when I lived in Mobile, Alabama. Fairhope Brewing Company. They had that Pale Ale was really good. Pardon me. Yeah, there's some other good Pale Ales, and then some are not at within the 5% range, ABV range, but this is quite good. It's very good for what it is. Um, the company founded by a group of guys. I think they're involved with Nike, Newport, Oregon, of course. Portland is where Nike is based out of. Um, I'd like to visit that part of the country one day. One day, just fly to Portland. Just fly to Portland. But in any event, I'm just not ready. So it's a really neat product to have, neat product to try. Is this maybe hazy? Maybe there's a sense of a hazy pale ale. Most pale ales are not as hazy, but we're getting this whole haze craze. But is this better than Sierra Nevada? No, it's not. It's good enough, but not nowhere close to a Sierra Nevada style pale ale or the other one I mentioned. And there are a few others. I think New Belgium did I think the Paddle, it's a nice thing, Paddle Pale Ale. And there are a few other Euro Pale Ales, pale lagers that I've had too. So this is good, but it ain't better than Sierra. So I'll leave it right there. But great can design, really cool. Check it out, really fun. Newport Daze, I'm sure is available wherever you can get. I'm gonna go the same score. I'm gonna go a B plus on this one. This is B plus bordering on an A minus. So no, I will go 8.8 on this one. So this is a good pale ale by Rogue. Not overly heavy, not overly bitter. Even though there's some slight piney to this pale ale, but overall, just a good product. Very fruity, all the flavors, peach, tangerine, some grapefruit, some oranges, maybe a little satsumas possibly, but overall a good pale ale. Check it out, Rogue Newport Daze. John Henderson Pierre, the Beverage Rambleton. Keep on watching as always. Cheers, live, laugh, and love. Newport Daze, 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 sipping on the bay, taking in the rays. Hey.